Far too long have smart kids been bogged down by the classmates, and far too long have kids that are less able be left behind without care whatsoever. We believe that the status quo has to change. That's hence this motion. This house will arrange students based on their performance and intelligence rather than their age. Our goals, what are our goals? Create the most effective classroom that can provide the best solution for all the students in a certain school. What is so wrong? Now, what is so wrong with the current status quo? What's going on in our current status quo is that students that have an above of very smart students, geniuses, are getting demotivated and stopped by this roadblock, which is their classmates. Why is this such a bad thing? What do I mean by that? A smart student will go through and blast through all the subjects. They will go through much faster than any normal students can. And then it reaches the point in which the teacher has to stop them and wait for all the other students to catch up for them. Why? What's so bad about this? What harms does this cause? This causes these students to waste other potential that can be otherwise used for them to blast through even further to school. We believe that this is a very bad thing. We think that this is a very bad thing. It is a waste of talent, and we believe that smart students could be much better if they're allowed to explore as fast as they can, as much as they can. And for students that are below average, students that aren't able to keep up, we believe that this is even worse for the students that cannot keep up. If a teacher focuses more on the students they can, the students that they cannot, students that require more time and explanation, they'll be left behind. They won't be able to actually study properly because they've already been left so far behind. What's so bad about this? Well, this causes the students to basically lose their will to go to school. This makes the students think that, oh, as hard as I try, I will never be as good as these smart students, these very smart students. That makes them unwilling to study. This makes them less motivated to study. That will make them even worse. And they will also think that rather than study, why don't I just copy my classmates that are already much smarter than them? This makes them even less likely to study and will demotivate them even further. And this is caused by people during having certain pressures inside of these students, inside of these classrooms. Okay, so what kind of solution do we offer? We offer a school system not based on age or anything. You will not get merit based on age or anything. Not senior, not based on age. We will base merit and class based on your academics. Why is this good? Okay. This system allows for that students that does excel are to be grouped with students that excel. People who are less advanced can be put into groups where people are also less advanced. What does this mean? This means that each class can learn at their own pace. We believe that this is good. First reason why this is good. It's more effective to teach these students. Why is it more effective? Because teachers are able to look at these individual classes and provide the right type of teaching to these students. If there's a certain class that would like to excel and speed through all the classes, they're able to do that. And if there's classes that are left behind and is unable to go as fast as the other people can, the teacher can just stay there and they can explain it detailedly and as much as they can in order to make them, to ensure that they actually understand this material and fine-tune and tailor this specific into the specific classes. We believe this is good. We believe that with this system, teachers are able to specifically tailor the specific curriculums in order to help these students the best they could. And then why does it? And then second of all, it puts less in-class pressure for those who are unable to actually do well. What do I mean by this? More often than not, if a person that is less capable put into a class where other people are less capable, like I said before, they will be unwilling and be much less willing to actually participate in the classroom itself. If they ask a question that they really need to know, but is in hindsight basic for all the other people, they're going to be less incentive. There will be an incentive not to ask the question, because their classmates can look at these people, this specific guy, and say, oh, that guy isn't particularly smart or anything. And we believe that will less incentivize these students to ask less questions and to be less effective during the classroom itself. But if we group themselves to a group that have the same amount of capability in them, they do not need to fear that other people will judge them or anything. They do not need to fear that other people will look down upon them, because they know that other people are the same caliber as them, isn't so much different. And this also applies to intelligent students. A lot of times when intelligent students ask questions, other people will be like, oh, this guy is nosy, this guy is ambitious, and they will basically put them down for asking too much questions. But if we group those kind of students into a class that have the same vision and have the same drive to study hard, this means that this type of discrimination will be much less likely to happen. And then second of all, there's going to be competition. And we believe competition is good across all the classes. This will incentivize these students to actually work better, faster, harder, stronger. Why? Because what this allows is that it puts people that are in the lower classes or in the lower student, they will think, oh, I'm categorized in the lower, that means I have to work harder. And people in the upper classes that are deemed more academically capable, they have to retain that position. Why will this happen? Well, because in this system, we have created an artificial ranking system that allows these students to actually work the best they can, to reward students that have done extremely well, and to give incentive for other students to also do extremely well. A lot of cases in current schools is that people are not incentivized on giving enough incentive to actually do good. They do not get social merit if they get 100. Yes, they get some, but not in the long run. We believe that by putting them into this artificial system, this will give them a lot of incentive to actually do very, very well. We believe that very, very well. And finally, my last argument is that this will be good for the kids in the long run. Why? Because in the future, when they get a job, people are going to be judged not based on their social strata, not based on what they sound like, look like, or so on and so forth. They would be judged based on their competency. And we believe this kind of system promotes that. How? Because in this kind of system, kids are going to be able to be judged directly on their competencies. Thank you very much. That's all.